Talk on
the sunny side right here, your number one station for Talk 92.3 Nigeria Info FM. Good afternoon to you. It's Wednesday, the 17th day, am I right? Yes, 17th day in the month of January. And how you doing? I don't know, it's a mixture of sunny and hamatani and what have you. How you doing? How's your mind? How's your body? And how is your soul today? My name is Dennis Wallo, and as always, I'm excited to share this space with you. I don't know. My voice will not permit me to do yo, what's up? How you doing? But how you doing? All right, so Wednesdays are usually our shortest time together on the sunny side. This is because Talking Figures comes up from between 2 to 3 o'clock. And then from 1:30 to 2 o'clock, we have the FinTech show. But we also have a 15-minute recorded program after trending stories by 1 o'clock. And that will run up until like 1:25. So I guess we have barely 30 minutes to share today. So we'll just try to make the most of it. How about that? What are we talking about today? Something about marriage. Something about the sanctity of marriage. And I will be asking 2 questions. Beyond love, giving love a second chance, what's really important for this today? If someone has divorced and married more than I've heard it a couple of times. I mean, I typically hear this phrase thrown around to say that marriage should be protected at all cost. That divorce is never an option. That a Christian couple should never throw in the towel under any circumstances. But guess what? Not only Christians are getting married. We have people from different religion getting married as well. I'm not sure, however, that is the proper use of the term sanctity of marriage. I do believe that marriage should be protected and that divorce should only happen when it is absolutely necessary. Absolutely necessary would involve, when it's a threat to your life, a threat to your sanity, when it's a threat to the individuals, when it's become too toxic, right? Or whatever valuable reason or valid reason, I beg your pardon, you want to give for the divorce. But I believe the sanctity of marriage is so much bigger. I mean, so much more important than just a tool to eliminate divorce. How, you may ask? Let's start by examining the word sanctity. By definition, sanctity means the state of being holy, the state of being sacred, or saintly. I definitely believe marriage can and should be holy. Like when you see marriage, when you hear marriage, when you behold marriage, you're like, marriage, it's marriage, it's marriage, But is it truly holy to stay in a marriage just because it is a marriage on paper? Is it possible that the sanctity of marriage is more than holding it up as an idol, an institution never to be broken? Is it also possible that the sanctity of marriage and divorce are not mutually exclusive? Is it also possible that the term sanctity of marriage should represent so much more? Now, why am I going on and on about the sanctity of marriage? I came across a story on one of the national dailies, yes, Premium Times, talking about a certain marriage or relationship coach who got married for the 4th time. Now, she is Nigerian, so I'm not talking about somebody in Hollywood or someone abroad, because I hear those people marry and remarry at will. Married today, get married tomorrow, divorce today, get married again tomorrow. So this said lady is married for the 4th time, and guess what? She got married to the first husband. The first husband she had left for reasons centered around domestic violence and abuse. That man is the mother of her 4 children or so. She got married to him the 2nd time, and it is seen as her 4th marriage. Now, I don't want to, bore you with who exactly she is, but this is it. She got married the 1st time, got married the 2nd time, got married the 3rd time, and this 4th time, she's getting married to the husband that she married the 1st time. You may want to check out the story on Premium Times for the full gist, but it's a case of multiple marriages and multiple divorce. And I am asking, if people really have regard for what the marriage institution stands for, if they do, why then do they feel like they can leave at will and make it more difficult for people to divorce, make them regard the marriage institution, and giving love a chance again? What other reasons are good enough to remarry? Okay, yes, I thought of this one. Maybe your partner dies, your spouse dies. It may seem okay to remarry. Maybe the first marriage didn't work for some reason, and then you want to give love a chance again. But apart from these 2 reasons I have highlighted, what other reasons do you classify as good enough? Now, I'm not talking about a case of polygamy. No, I'm talking about those of you that always, have clamored for the one man, one wife thing. 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003. Again, 0817-923-0002 and 0817-923-0003. Okay, 0817-923-0007. It's another number to call. I just saw that the 002 line keeps dropping. Okay, I think it's okay now. So 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003, and 0817-923-0007. On X, we are at Nigeria Info PH, at Nigeria Info PH on X. Facebook page remains Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. You can send us a message on WhatsApp and on Telegram. The WhatsApp and Telegram number is 0809 030 6416, 0809 030 6416. Do remember that a call screener is in standby to take your calls first before passing you on to me in the studio. And when you do call, the first voice you hear will not be my voice, but that of the call screener. And also do tell them your name and your location. Be audible when you do call, and also ensure to turn down the volume of your radio set as you call. Again, the questions are someone who has been divorced multiple times and who had been married multiple times. Can such a person be seen to have regard for the sanctity of marriage, and what other reasons are good enough to want to remarry, assuming someone wants to remarry? If they tell you, oh, this is the reason why I want to remarry, do you take them seriously, or do you feel like this person doesn't have regard for marriage? I mean, this person just wants to jump in and jump out at will. Nigerian Info, good afternoon to you and welcome.
Good afternoon. Dennis, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon.
Thank you. This is Miriam. That's what I want.
Mira, you're welcome.
Thank you. Dennis, when we are, I don't know if there's still a sanctity. Though it is seeking sanctity in marriage, but I think it's not really, people say it's not important. Just as virginity, they now disregard virginity, honestly. For someone to say they uphold sanctity in marriage, that means infidelity is out of line. In fact, from the outset, they're not even supposed to meet each other. The boy, the man, and the woman, they're not even supposed to relate. But these days, sometimes they are in a relationship for up to 5, 6 years, 3 years. They do everything, abortions and different things. Then why are we talking about sanctity in those marriages? So, for me, I don't see how we bring sanctity in here. But it's in a situation where the man, the woman, divorce themselves of marital sex, and they enter into the marriage wholly, and then we're talking. And in that case, Denise, I think it's only death that can cause another person to remarry you, according to the Bible as we're Christians. But if anyone that studies the Bible, you will see that even when they are divorced, they are not even supposed to remarry according to the Bible. But these days, we don't look at that. As long as you're divorced, you speak to with another person, it is right in marriage. We're talking about husband and wife, polygamy and the likes. And if you talk, they'll say, hey, it's not in the Bible. Hey, this is in the Bible. So I don't just relax and listen. Yeah? But for me, sanctity in marriage no longer over at this time.
All right. Thank you so much. James, welcome to the sunny side. Talk to us.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Turn off your radio set, please.
All right. I don't think the sanctity of marriage is something of what the person is because or not because. Why I say this is because there are still some persons who are within the of marriage. That marriage, looking at it inwardly, there's no sanctity indeed. Either the man or the woman is still getting involved in lots of actions or activities or characters that actually defy the main purpose of the marriage itself. Either adultery or the couples are not living happily. So, it's true. Marriage is also last forever, actually, the way God meant it to be. But if for some reason it's can't go on anymore, like you also stated, violence, special life, and it's the very reason the Bible provided for divorce, which is adultery. If for any of the reason marriage gets terminated, that not to me does not necessarily, and the person gets remarried again. It's fine. The need marriage is very much sacred, provided the individual involved are living within the bounds of the marriage. That is the way I look at the sanctity of marriage, not necessarily divorce or not in divorce. As a matter of fact, many great men of the world today and women of the world today that we look up to, the likes of Donald Trump, has been divorced several times. Yet, in his present marriage now, people still holding in high esteem. So the list goes on and on so much. Now, this person is divorced and remarried, and sanctity of marriage because they are happy currently. So for me, divorce has got nothing to do with sanctity of marriage.
All right, thank you so much. Ikechuku from Aba, welcome to the sunny side. Go ahead.
Okay. My idea is this. Somewhere the Bible says the only condition you can leave your wife or your husband is death. So if any woman keep on marrying or any man keep on marrying, divorcing, marrying, I think there's no sanctity of marriage there. If you're a Christian, you want to go to heaven. You have to obey your principle, Jesus Christ. That told you that this is the only condition that He loves. Because two of you, you are one. No condition can you separate yourself. Only death can separate you. So, if a woman thinks, or a man thinks, that he can pluralize the marriage, no. But if you don't want to go to heaven, no need to obey these instructions. Just do whatever you like. If you don't want to obey Jesus Christ, you're not declared. No. Live your life the way you want to live it. Then another condition, as you said, now, there's something they call paragita marriage. Jesus says something. There's no condition you can live your life unless adultery. My brother, somebody can marry a wife, do not marry himself. They are living for more than, let's say, cohabitation, for more than 5 years, having children. You can free to leave that marriage because it's not officially registered. Are you getting me? So that one is paragita marriage. That's my take. Thank you very much.
All right, let's hear from Zion. Hi, Zion. Welcome to the sunny side. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, D-Square.
Good afternoon, Zion.
A divorcee will always remain a divorcee. These are people that have no propensity to be stable. They don't ever finish anything. They always start from square one. They will go there, the same error they found from the first, they will still find it from the second. The same thing they will find it from the third, the same thing they will find from the fourth. And these people are people that have been programmed to fail. Because of what? The way they were brought up from their parental or whoever that guide them.
Tough point. All right.
The truth is this. Until we go back to the foundation and the purpose of the sanctity of marriage, Exodus chapter 22, read from verse 16 or from verse 15 down. Now the gospel talked about a certain group of women that went to wait for their husbands. A lot of us need our pastors to be honest to us.
All right, thank you. Real Gift from Port Harcourt Town. Welcome to the sunny side. Go ahead.
Good afternoon to you, Lady G2W.
Good afternoon to you, Real Gift.
Thank you very much. Sanctity of marriage is still there.
Are you asking me?
Well, I ask every time but anyway. Not like you were asking. Because, well, I think it depends on the individual. Different strokes for different folks. It's just like when you put out the meaning of sanctity. If you have all of those ingredients in your marriage, then it's sanctity of marriage for you, the individual. For the next person, it might not. It might not be. Because maybe those ingredients are not there. Some are there. But it depends on what you, as an individual, believes in. When it comes to this topic of divorcee, well, it depends. So, for me as a person, if a relationship or a marriage has gotten to the level where the toxic level in that marriage is on the high side, it might be
I'm looking at a situation where in a space of 10 years, someone has been married multiple times. Today, they call you, they invite you, you say, yes, your wedding, they check, wedding, they check, you come out, you wear a shwebi for your friend. After why you laugh now? After 2 years, I'm serious, you're laughing. After 2 years, guy, how is your wife? You say, nah, me and her no day again. No. In fact, I want to marry another person. I'm inviting you. You say if you carry yourself, okay, let's assume that the other one.
If it were me, definitely nothing will make me get married to you if I know you don't even divorce more than once, because there is possibility that maybe you are a contract, you're going to marriage for contract reasons.
Okay.
Marriage contractor, let me put it that way.
Mm.
I'm talking about both the man and the woman.
All right then.
Otherwise, you tell me 10 years, 4 or 5 marriages.
Okay. Okonkwo from Rumokuta, welcome to the sunny side. Go ahead.
Thank you, my big sister.
Mm.
On this matter, I want to say, and I want to ask, what is God's marriage golden law? In the book of Malachi chapter 2 verse 16, the God who made the man and the woman and brought them together, he now says in Malachi 2:16, he said, I heard thy voice. God, not a human being that says this. But the problem is that men and women come together. And the reason of coming together is to marry, but not to build a family. That is why we have serious problems today. If a man and a woman have the marriage vision to marry and to stay together, that family will collapse. It will not continue. There will be a divorce. But when a man and a woman come together and say, we want to build a family, that family will last forever. So that is the matter. People should not distinguish or differentiate between coming together to marry and now coming together to build a family. But God says, you great. My marriage is 53 years today. And when I see my wife, I feel happy. But the first day of this January, I told them, my sweetheart, I want to change your name. I didn't call her sweetheart before. I said, you are beautiful. I want to change your name to Queen. So this year I'm changing her name to Queen.
Okay. Thank you. Oh, cool. Well, thank you so much. Let me go to the WhatsApp messages I have before me. Like I said, Wednesdays are usually our shortest time together on the sunny side. Didi, I've said this before and I'll say it again. The female you mentioned actually lied about being a victim of domestic violence, and I think she has a mental or spiritual problem that makes her unable to see clearly or take accountability. She successfully built a whole brand based on the lie of my ex beats me, because it's not that hard to deceive Nigerians who are always looking for a savior. They stop thinking clearly as soon as God is mentioned, which is why many of them don't understand what a marriage is. Some Nigerians truly think that standing in a religious building in front of a religious leader who pronounces you married after you recite some vows makes you married, but it really doesn't. I read an interview given by our Duke a while ago where he talked to the difference between being married and being wed. He said how some people get married years after they wed, some before they wed, and some never, despite having a wedding ceremony. And weirdly, I got it. My husband and I got married before we wed. It will sound weird and unromantic, but I agreed to try to basically notify the elders and did civil just to make things legal, but we were already married before we wed. Matthew 5 verse 32, the Amplified Version says, but I say to you that whoever divorces his wife, death is not just a reason for separation in marriage, just a correction from the Bible. Did I say death was the only reason? I remembered saying in my intro that, except of course, it is absolutely necessary. And then I mentioned death as well. All right? So I don't think I said it was only death. Didi, good afternoon. I was told about a guy that was settled with 300K after serving... Sorry, that was a wrong message. Didi, good afternoon. I think such a person that keeps reminding was born to marry. The truth is that such people don't have the regard for the sanctity of marriage. My uncle is a victim of this. Divorced his first wife, lost his second wife, engaged, and left a lady 2023. He is now searching. Okay. think definitely, isn't it, has banalized that ideology.